that's the explanation, the final definition from the district code. If you were the staff from Canada, will you be satisfied? Do you know why they argue about this point? If this claim will limit to only A, B, A plus B, that means the competitor could use this one and this one. The market was separate. So you know the importance in this minor detail that affect enormous business. Yeah, and then you see, sometimes you will be invited as expert, especially the status that Professor Chen. If you go to the code, you definitely give the answer. Lactic acid, galactic acid are interchangeable. You give a true answer, right? But however, if you work for the competitor, you shouldn't say so. Because that means the old market go to the original company. That's why normally they will not allow expert scientists to speak in the court. They will ask the lawyer to answer the question. Even the scientists, they could speak English, they won't allow them to say anything because this is totally wrong answer. Interchangeable with lactic button, that means they will lose the case. But however, there's always the judgment. The right is in court. If the judge thinks comprising means only lactic galactic acid, then issue the order. The other way you have to appeal. Otherwise you lose the case. So the lawyer have to understand science, and they have to explain, persuade the judge to take your side. So this what happens. Then you know the competitor, although the expert from the competitor, they say the very adequate deposition in the court. The competitors, they file another case. They say in Europe, this patent was excluded for lactide and galactide. During the prosecution, the examiner asked a question about the data they show. So that it means if European do not agree to use lactide, galactide, they shouldn't be allowed. So they will separate the market. But however, American, they don't always take the European opinions. Depends on how you can convince the judge. And we go for the next one. So of course, this argument, the competitor failed. The second time they failed, and the third time they filed another motion. They say, top, they intend to deceive. Why intend to deceive? They say they filed 2 references last month, just before the patent will be issued. When you file the patent to the patent office, they have to give the answer within 6 months, and they probably give you the final answer within 18 months, 2 years. So if anything you find a relative reference, you should submit to the examiner, so that examiner can think about it. So a competitor, they claim, top purposely delay this very important reference. If examiner have read these 2 references, he will not give them patent. So now this reference become very crucial, whether these 2 references really give a hint, suggestion, or teaching to this issue patent. But however, the examiner, the judge, they do not take it seriously because they think this paper was by noon and they submit within a month, so they did not intend to deceive. If the intent to deceive was well taken, that means there is an inequitable conduct. So they will use the inequitable conduct to revoke your patent. However, this one doesn't work. But you learn another concept, inequitable conduct, and how to file the information disclosure statement. Any information submit, you should make a list. There's an information disclosure statement. So we recommend you submit all the paper you can get, file them in few boxes, send them to the office. If the examiner sign it, then proof. They could later on, if they give the patent, they cannot use this document against you. We call it estoppel. if you already agree, you cannot use this against in the future. So there's the other way of practice. Then the fourth argument, they come to the claim language. You see, there are quite a few patterns involved in this product. So now they pick up the other one. They claim 1 on 63 is a prolonged release microcapsule of injection, which comprises particle containing water soluble drug and the particle being dispersed in spherical microcapsule matrix composed of copolymer, lactic acid, and the monomer, blah 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 blah. That's why they become good argument, because they have another pattern to specify composed of relative themselves to lactic acid, protic acid. So this is unfortunately, and they use another one word, containing. It's not the technical term in claim. We have the first few slides. We say they have we have a specification that means they describe the prior art, related invention, blah blah blah. That's for specification. But for claim language, they have specific terminology. You never use containing in claim. You can use containing in other general description. This is just like, can I use Chinese? We can use 文言文 in the claim. We use 白话文 in specification. So now you understand. So that this kind of a mistake, they will call it is objection. There are two kinds of answer will be found. The defect, two kind of defect from the patent office. If those minor details which wrongly written, poor English, wrong presentation, we call it objection. It will not affect the patentability. But if it's rejection, that means they regard the patentability is not new enough, no use of, no improvement, something like that. That's serious defect. But for objection, that's minor defect. But however, they could still be used against your approved patent. So this point will pick up why this happened, because this is the old patent. The patent will be issued for 15 years to 20 years somehow. In old days, Japanese thing, they just hire the translator. And comprising, including, consistent of, they just don't have the knowledge of the patent. So they use this wrong wording. Finally caused them lose the first case. This is the first case that they lost in the United States. In the past, they win any case. And once upon a year, they win the case, and the revenue for this case, the damage claim, is 50% of the whole company's sales. So the director immediately was promoted to the board of directors, the most important people, and it's the first IPR director become the board in all pharmaceutical company. You see this? And it's about an antibiotics case. So now you have the idea, the wording, and those, and now we come to another terminology. When we talk about the particle, what is the particle? Do you mean the chemical itself, or the chemical with the polymer around, or with the excipient coating together? How do you define the particle? For scientists, we think, oh, particle is a particle. But for lawyers, they think, no, you have to tell me what do you define a particle. That's how we go to the claim construction. You have to define what do you mean, and you don't say any wrong words, because as long as the summary judgment was issued, it's very difficult to fight back. So they said here, in district court, they rely on the language from the specification and the testimony from the expert, Dr. Pitt, the one who said wrong word, interchange code down. In limitation to both drug and drug retaining substance. If you remember the photos, we have the amino acid sequence with hydrogel, gelatin, and the polymer surrounded. So do you mean the particles, the specific particle, or only this amino sequence? So this is the argument. So they said, but they use the wrong evidence. Specification is the part in the patent without a claim. Normally when you go to the court, you argue with your right. That means the claim. You shouldn't have used the part outside the claim to against the case. and we, there's the